And then all of a sudden my girls, they were just, because they were going through the storm too, and they knew there was something going on. And then they knew from that day that God did something, because we all witnessed it and we were all living it. And we were, and so then my girls were just like, we were all just, we just all live for the Lord now. So the very first miracle was the actual deliverance is what I saw. And then the second one was he was focusing on reading, because, you know, like how everybody checks their phone, scrolls. He wasn't doing that no more. He was just checking the time, and that was it, just like that. And then now Jamie gave him that paper and he said, read this. And I was just watching him, and he was reading, he was focusing, and he was flipping the paper over. It had scriptures on it. Wow. And he was flipping it over again and again. And I was like, wow, I was like, what? You're actually focusing on something. And then the second miracle was we went outside, and he was showing more emotions. He was talking, he was laughing, because he didn't know what happened to him. And I didn't know what happened to him either. Like at the time and we were laughing about it because we didn't know what it was, you know, and he was feeling kind of like, I don't know, cheap or something, but he was just like, what was that? And I was like, I don't know. Don't worry about it. You know, just brushing it off. Like, well, we'll talk about it later. Let's go for a walk. And then he was laughing. So that was the second one. And he was like communicating and talking. And then the third miracle was that he was walking with us, because he was bedridden for a whole month. And he was just like, he was just going from A to B, from the bathroom to his bed, to the, you know, to grab some water, to back to bed, like, you know, not eating, nothing. And then he was actually walking with us. And the reason why he was bedridden is because he was so unstable. Everything felt dizzy to him. His steps felt like, you know, he was not able to walk right. So he just had to sit and then lay in bed. So that's what he did. And then he was actually walking with us, and my girl found a volleyball, and she said, rally with me, Mom. And I said, okay. So I start rallying with her. And then he came in and he started rallying too. And I was just like, what is going on? I'm thinking, like, what is this? Like, this feels so good. I was thinking, like, this feels normal. Like, it feels like our normal, because we were going through that for like so long. And I just loved it. Like, I was just like loving the moment. And then he said, Mom, I'm hungry. And I was like, what? And he said, Mom, I'm hungry. And I knew he wasn't eating for that whole month. He lost a lot of weight. And I said, you're hungry? He said, yeah, I'm hungry. And I was like, okay. I was like, he's like, they're calling people for lunch. And I was like, okay. So we went inside, and they knew, and they gave him a big heaping, like, you know, full of spaghetti, and he ate it, and he was still hungry.